Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Nina, Silic, nutrition and lifestyle coach. Yes, that's what I am, okay? Today we're going to talk about how to accept your postpartum body changes. Ladies, this one is definitely for you, my ladies who have had babies. Even if you haven't had babies, listen in on this one because there's a lot of self-love that is needed and I think a lot of you can learn something from it. So when you have a baby, your body goes through a lot of changes. My gosh, I had a really tough time with this actually. I had a rough time with accepting my body postpartum as well. And even now, it's definitely a very different body to what it used to be. So I feel like it's an ongoing day-to-day work in progress to make sure I love my body. Listen, it's hard to do that on the daily anyway. It's hard to give yourself love and love your body without having a baby. And then you pop a baby out of your vajay, or it gets cut out of you.
No, God, please, no!
And you have to cope with this new body and raising a little human and figuring it all out. And it's hard. It's hard. Why are you laughing?
And I don't want to fuck your flow. Just
You're
fuck
right.
up your own flow.
I'm like giving the graphics. The baby comes out of your vagina. Okay, people? So listen, I get it. It's hard. I had a really hard time and I see where the struggle comes from because for me, I was looking at social media like we do. We see it on the daily. And a lot of women, to me, it looked like they bounced back from having a baby in like 2 seconds and they look phenomenal and better than they did before. And I was like sitting there, still 30 pounds over my normal weight, like 6 months later going, how the hell does everyone look fabulous and amazing and I'm struggling to survive life every day, let alone get my body back or try to, lose body fat or whatever. I was like literally struggling to just be a mum every day and learn how to be a new mum and navigate all of that. So let me tell you first and foremost, before I get into the points of what helped me, accept my postpartum body and really learn to love myself after having a baby, it's okay if you are struggling with that right now. It's okay if you just had a baby or if you're a few years later or after a second one or third one or wherever you're at, it's okay to be struggling with that. It's very, very normal. So first and foremost, please be kind to yourself if you do feel that way, like you're struggling with your body or you're struggling with, even just postpartum in general. That shiz is hard. No one tells you about it. And I wish when I felt pregnant or before I felt pregnant, I had someone to tell me all the negative things because there's so many beautiful positives. There's an amazing side to it. Don't get me wrong. But there's so many things that I'm like, why does no one talk about this? Is this for real? This is how I'm feeling afterwards. Because let me paint you a little picture. Those of you who have not had a baby, this is my experience. You have a baby. Luckily, I didn't have to have a cesarean because I think that's next level anyway. But you've popped that little human out and you're waddling around. You've had some stitches in your vajay and you are not pregnant anymore. The baby's come out, but you still look exactly the same, like you're still pregnant. But there's nothing in there. It feels horrendous. You're swollen with fluid and it's rough. Those first few months are rough. Rough. And then you feel like as your body starts to slowly shrink, because it will, kind of, it doesn't bounce back, but your uterus shrinks and everything kind of starts to shrink. And then you're like, oh my gosh, the breastfeeding, if you do breastfeed, your boobs stretch and you're like, okay, I have all this saggy skin on my belly that wasn't there before. I have all these extra stretch marks that weren't there before. And my boobs don't sit up here like they used to. They're now down here. I need a bra to push that shiz up. There's a few things that change. So it is difficult to get into that mindset of, oh, I just love my body for what it's done and made alive. Yeah, but I just don't feel like that's realistic to adopt that mindset straight away. It's a process And even though you need to work on getting there, like straight away, you really don't feel that way. So it's okay if you don't feel that way yet. Let's talk about how to get there, right? So the first thing you need to do, or the first thing that really helped me, was shifting my perception, because originally I had this perception of I have to be lean and everything has to be fit and I have to, look a certain way to have self-worth. And I just think you need to let go of that perception, because compared to who? Like, what are you comparing yourself to? There really is not like a standard or a comparison that you need to be making to say, hey, my body's beautiful. You really don't need to. And I know that becomes harder once you've had a baby, because you compare your body to your old body, right? You do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, my butt used to be like massive butt, great and plump, and I used to have abs, and I didn't have any loose skin, I didn't have as many stretch marks, and it starts to get into this vicious cycle of negativity where you're like, oh, how do I love this body right now? This is like such a foreign body to me now. But it's okay, as long as you change that perception and go, well, I don't need to compare it to what I used to be. I am what I am right now. So let's work with this and move forward, right? So rather than trying to squeeze into like your old pair of jeans or that old whatever little dress you had, freaking buy the other pair of jeans that makes you look amazing. Because let me tell you right now, even though I am small in size compared to what I was even before pregnancy, I'm not rocking a low rider jean anymore. It's not happening. It doesn't feel good. High waisty all the way, because it holds you in. I do have some loose skin. I do have things that have changed. It's like, well, why would I try to squeeze myself into something that doesn't make me feel good? Get the high waisty tights. Get the high waisty jeans, whatever makes you feel good, and change your perception and be like, well, my body now has grown a human. I made life. Like, that's incredible. And then you birthed that life, and then you've now kept that little thing alive, and you're also expected to then work on yourself while keeping a little human alive and fitting that little human into your life, and everything changes. So change your perception and give yourself some love and grace and go, hang on a second, I'm freaking amazing. My body is freaking incredible for doing what it did. And hey, that loose skin or those stretch marks are like, what do you call it? Like war scars, they're there and they showcase what your body was capable of. It's pretty incredible if you think about it. So if you can change that perception straight away, it's going to really help you, and really work on that day by day to change that perception. It will really help you really have a, what do you call it? I'm losing the words. It'll help you embrace your body a little bit more and give yourself that extra bit of love. So I hope you guys have found this video useful and it's helped you go, hang on a second, all right, there's some things I can do to help accept my postpartum body, and I'm still going to make those changes, but I'm okay with where I'm at now. Hopefully that's helped you do that. If you have enjoyed it and you think it's been helpful, give it a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Tell me what you've been struggling with postpartum or what you found helpful. I'd love to hear any comments that you have. And as always, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Bye.